Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Before we start, today we're going to explore a hot topic in Formula One involving Christian Horner, Lewis Hamilton, and the possibility of a surprising change. And an empty talk from Christian Horner in which he reveals Sergio Perez's future in 2024. Watch until the end so you don't miss any important details. Come on! The excitement before the Grand Prix. Let's talk about the real commotion that happened behind the scenes before the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Just imagine a real mess happening in the days leading up to a Formula One race. Christian Horner, who is a very important boss of one of the Red Bull teams, told a story that left everyone open-mouthed. And the coolest thing is that this story involves none other than Lewis Hamilton, one of Formula One's most famous drivers. This story came to light when Horner spoke to a newspaper called the Daily Mail on Wednesday about a conversation he had with someone from Lewis Hamilton's time. And it blew everyone's mind, because usually teams don't talk much about secret conversations before races. It was like the plot of an exciting movie that we can't wait to see. That's just the beginning of what went on behind the scenes. Let's keep going to find out more details about this incredible mess. A conversation between Christian Horner and Lewis' father. Now, let's delve into this intriguing story. Did you know that Mr. Christian Horner, who is the important boss of the Red Bull team, said that Lewis Hamilton's father came to talk to him? That's right, Mr. Anthony Hamilton, who is the Mercedes driver's father, had a chat with the Red Bull boss. Sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? What makes this even more curious is that the conversation wasn't about Lewis going to Red Bull, but about another driver, Sergio Perez. It seems that Mr. Horner and Mr. Anthony Hamilton have known each other for almost 2 decades, so they have a history of talking about the world of Formula One. Just imagine the things they must have talked about over the years. So this story began to take on gigantic proportions before the Grand Prix, and people were left wondering what was really going on behind the scenes. Let's find out more about this exciting plot. Clarification from Christian Horner. Now, let's clarify this intriguing situation even further. Mr. Christian Horner, who is sort of the big boss of the Red Bull team, wanted to set the record straight about the conversation with Lewis Hamilton's father. He explained that it's quite common for him to talk to Mr. Anthony Hamilton throughout the season. And do you know why? Because they've been friends for almost 2 decades, since before many of you were born. Mr. Horner made a point of explaining that this conversation wasn't about Lewis going to Red Bull, as many people began to think. In fact, it was about another driver, Sergio Perez. Sometimes people interpret things differently from what they really are. And that's what happened here. It seems that in Formula One, even normal conversations between friends become news. Now, you might be wondering what Mr. Anthony Hamilton was talking about with Mr. Horner about Sergio Perez, right? Let's keep finding out more about this story full of twists and turns. Lewis Hamilton at Red Bull. Is he really? Let's now explore one of the most curious points in all this confusion. Many people began to wonder if Lewis Hamilton was going to move to Red Bull. Just imagine Mercedes' most famous driver going to the team that is one of their biggest rivals, Red Bull. Sounds like something out of a movie, doesn't it? Here's what we know. Firstly, Lewis and Red Bull's main driver, Max Verstappen, have an intense rivalry, like that of heroes and villains. Secondly, Lewis has a contract with Mercedes until 2025. In other words, he's committed to his current team for a few more years. Christian Horner, the Red Bull boss, even said that he could understand why Lewis might be interested in going to Red Bull. After all, Lewis hasn't won a race for almost 2 years, and every driver likes to win, don't they? But at the same time, Mr. Horner has made it clear that, at the moment, there is no space available for Lewis at Red Bull. It seems this whole team change thing isn't as simple as it sounds. Let's keep exploring the details and find out if this move is possible or just one of those rumors that shake up the world of F1. Are you ready for more twists and turns in this exciting plot? I don't think it would be good because the rivalry between the two has been going on for a long time, so it will be difficult for them to work as a team. If they are from the same team at some point, this rivalry will become personal. That instead of them working together against other drivers, one will try to be better than the other. This will affect the performance of the team and will cause a division. You and I have our favorites and we defend them. In Red Bull, it would be the same thing, and with that, it would be a great threat to their reign. And as they say, unity makes strength. I do not agree for that. What do you think? Agree with me. What does Christian Horner think? Now let's take a peek at the opinion of Christian Horner, the guy behind it all at the Red Bull team. Is he like the big boss? Horner said something very interesting. He understands why Lewis Hamilton might think about moving to Red Bull. He explained that he's very happy with the drivers they have, but also confirmed that Lewis hasn't won a race for almost 2 years. It's as if he's saying, "Hey, we're fine with our drivers, but we understand why Lewis might be thinking about moving over to our side because he likes to win." Horner also made it clear that Anthony Hamilton, Lewis's father, is a legal person he always talks to, and reveals that Anthony Hamilton's interest is Sergio Perez's future. It seems that they have a strong friendship of many years. But here's the thing, at the moment, Red Bull doesn't have a seat available for Lewis. This means that even if Lewis wanted to, it would be difficult for him to join the team at the moment. So this whole story, for now, seems more like a conversation between friends than an actual change of team. But you know how F1 is, always full of surprises. Let's keep following to see what happens next. Who is most eager to discover the next chapters in this speed soap opera? Anthony Hamilton's interest in Sergio Perez. It's no secret that Anthony has a very close friendship with Christian Horner, in which both have a sincere and honest exchange of ideas. Sergio Perez's family, worried about his future, asked Anthony Hamilton to find out about his future at Red Bull. And with his long-standing friendship with Christian Horner, he went straight to the source to find out what Sergio Perez's future will be in 2024. Christian Horner said that his advisors had already warned of a possible termination of contract, but had put the idea aside. But due to the fiasco of the 2023 Qatar Grand Prix, it came up again. Christian emphasizes that he likes Sergio Perez and that he is a great driver, that he thinks he is going through a bad moment in his career. This happens in any sport, but with a view to the future of Red Bull in Formula One, I met with my advisors, and by almost unanimous decision among them, the recession is close. But before that, we have to choose a driver to replace, and we are following the performance of Daniel Ricciardo. Remembering this is part of a private conversation, so it is not official, it is just a conversation between two friends, but it already gives us a guide to see that there will be many twists and turns in 2024. Do you think Sergio Perez will really leave Red Bull in 2024? Leave it here in the comments. So, guys, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this exciting summary of the world of F1. Don't forget to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything new. See you next time, and here's to more races full of surprises.